This is my garage right now, and in just 24 hours, I'm going to turn it into my dream workshop. But I've been saving something just for this video.
The big black crate.
And it's the biggest upgrade you could dream to have in your garage. The problem is, this place is a mess. The lighting sucks, I've got water coming in through the walls, there's no organisation, and I can barely walk through here. And step one, I need to fix this lighting because I can't film anything under this. And to do that, I thought it was a good idea to turn the electricity off in the garage to stop myself getting a shock. And luckily, these connectors are Waymo connectors, so it's super easy. All I had to do was unclip that orange prong, take the old wire out, and replace it with the same colour wire on the new plug. And once I'd done that with both wires, the light was completely disconnected, so I could get rid of this rubbish old light. And good riddance to this, but it did leave some fixings behind, which I needed to remove to make space for the brand new garage lighting. And for that, I've got these, they're hex lights, which I've always seen in other YouTubers' garages, which look great, supercar dealerships, wrapping garages, and other just personal garages. But I always thought they were way too expensive for me. But I managed to get, I think, 14 of them for about £100, which I think is insanely cheap. We'll only know if it's worth it once I've fitted them. And they are super easy to fit together. Because once you've taken off the plastic cover, you just push two lights into this elbow piece, and if you want to connect the plug or the next set of honeycombs, you just need one of these three-pronged pieces and put the lights in the same way. It's that simple. So all you need to do is finish one hexagon, and fingers crossed it looks good. So with that hexagon finished, oh dear. Sorry guys. It's time to put it up and drill some screws into the rafters, plug it in, and pray it works. Hope they're good. Oh my god. I swear this one light is way brighter than the old one that was in here. I've got so many more to put up. And I want to get this done ASAP so the rest of this video actually looks good. And with the second one put up and working, I wasted no time getting the rest of these lights up, as many as I could fit. But there was some things in the garage I had to remove to leave space for them, and with all of them finished, I am so excited to see how bright this garage is now. Oh dear. Right, we'll try that again. Oh my god, it's so bright in here. Now for the first time ever in this garage, I just had to turn my camera exposure down. Now it did blow a fuse, which is a little bit worrying, especially because they're from China, but I can actually film stuff in here now and it looks good. Before it was one of those horrible little lights. The next thing to do is start clearing out all of this tat and get around to opening this pallet.
The big black crate.
As soon as I can, because I am so excited to open that. So, step two, clear everything out. And I cannot explain how difficult it was doing the boring tidying up with that crate sat in the corner waiting to be opened. But I had so much stuff in here that I didn't even realise half of the things that I'd kept, and I needed to get all of that out into my garden, making a huge mess so that I could tidy it up, and I came across this. The blown up Honda Grom engine from this video. If you've seen the Honda Grom video and you want to buy a broken engine, let me know in the comments or on Instagram and I'll be happy to post this off. Don't worry, I'm finished trying to sell you broken engines, but with that done, the last things to remove included the big toolbox that I've got and my jack. So with that out of the way outside, I emptied my shelving rack for the first time since I moved in, but after Sophie caught me being lazy, she wasn't happy about it.
What are you doing? That's not work. You're supposed to be clearing out gas.
It is work, I'm making money from my phone.
What, pretending to be an influencer again?
No, I'm getting paid to test video games on this app, and I'll show you guys how to do it as well. So there's an app called Tester Up, which pays you real money for testing video games. And look at this, I've downloaded the game and played it for a little while, and I've already got 88 quid in the account ready to withdraw. All you've got to do is register, pick one of the apps to test, get paid real money, and I promise it is completely free of charge. And I've managed to get a bonus for you guys. If you click this QR code, you get £5 just for signing up. Signing up is super quick and easy, and not only do you get payouts within 24 hours, but they also have a 4.2 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot and over 22 million users. And I actually used this app myself after work a few years ago for a few months and made some decent fun money just from playing games on my phone. Now signing up is super quick and easy, and you get paid within 24 hours via bank transfer. And some app tests pay up to £80 themselves. So earn some extra money today, but make sure to either scan this QR code or use the links in the description or on the pinned comment comment to use my link so that you make sure you get the £5 free credit. Thanks, Tester Up. But right now, I really need to do something about this garage door because it won't stay open and keeps closing itself, and it's really annoying. But this is a budget build. I'm not buying anything, and I used a bit of that wood that I took off the ceiling earlier, sawed a section out of it, and then drilled a hole through the middle. And trust me, this is gonna work, I'm sure. I screwed it lightly onto the rafter in front of the door so that it had space to move, and put this nail in front of it so that in theory the door would push it open and lock it from going the other way. But right, well, that's as far as the door goes, so that doesn't work. So I ended up moving it closer into the middle of the room, and works. Right then, door stop fitted. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So the next thing is to hoover up all the evidence that we've had some mice or rats in here, and then we can start bringing stuff back in and organising everything. Because it turns out bird feed left in the garage isn't a great idea. It seems to attract a lot of mice. Luckily, I haven't found any yet. I'd advise not doing this because they tore straight through the bags. We should just hoover and look at the size of this spider. Oh, it looks so small on here. That thing is massive, honestly. Right then, so I've moved that shelf for two reasons. One, I think this is going to be where it sits now with another one on the other side. And the other thing is, I was having water come through the wall. And I was expecting having to do something pretty major to fix this, but as you can see, it doesn't look that bad. I actually think I fixed it not on film, because here on the wall, you can see those bottom bricks are really damp. And this was full of stuff, but I just cleared it all up to give some more drainage, and it seems to have worked. So I can finally fit this missing bit of flooring up to the wall, build up that second shelf, and get ready to get all my stuff back in and have it nice and tidy before finally opening
The big black crate.
So I've just spent ages trying to figure out what to do with this bike, and I think I've got a solution. Come on. I did want this hanging from here, but I think it sticks out into the room too much, so I'm going to try and hang it there. And now I'm just using a hook that I bought from B&Q with 2 holes in it for screws. It's probably too late to ask the landlord if she minds us drilling into the rafters. So I'm really hoping she's not watching this video. But after that, I got a strap. Sophie tied a knot in it at the opposite end. We hooked it through the back wheel on the bike and back onto the hook again. And this actually worked perfectly. And I was worried about having to spend loads of money on a bike rack, but this worked perfectly. I can see the comments now. You can't use a drill. I had a couple more hooks lying over, so for Sophie's infinite amount of bicycle wheels, I could just hang them from the roof, and now they're not taking up space on the floor, which is ideal. I had to come up with something else when I ran out of hooks. Wear stance socks. Look at how hard they are to cut. And I used my most durable old pair of socks to wrap around an old nail, wrap some electrical tape around it, and that way we can still hang a bicycle wheel on there, and the old rusty nail won't do any damage to the wheel, so Sophie's happy. Right then, now I've found a good home for all the bikes and the bike wheels. We like our cycling. It's time to start filling up these 2 shelves and seeing how neat and tidy we can make it with everything still in here. And listen, I don't want any of you DeWalt or Milwaukee fanboys in the comments giving me any hate for using Ryobi, alright? They're great. But filling these shelves took a little bit of time deciding where things should go and where that old engine should go. But I wasn't concentrating too much. I was just thinking about the big black crate. Right then, not everything's back in the garage yet, but it is looking a lot tidier. But 1, because I can't wait any longer, and 2, because I sort of need to see where things are going to go to put the last bits in. It's time to open
The big black crate.
I'm so hyped for this, and when I start opening it, you'll realise why I'm so excited. I have literally waited months until I had the time to make this video, until I could open this. I've had this so long, I'm so excited. It's finally happening. And the eagle-eyed viewers might have a good idea of what it is, but trust me, it's better than you think, because we've got this box at the bottom, which is full to the brim of little boxes, as well as that massive box behind them. So after pulling out all these little boxes of tools, now it's for the big boy. Oh my god. Yo, this is sick. But I can't show it off just yet because I need to get these caster wheels on underneath so I can move it around the garage easily if I need to. As you can tell, it's a massive toolbox now I got the wheels on. I am lucky enough to partner with Teng Tools this year, so they've sent me out all this, and I want to say a quick thank you to you guys that watch, because without you guys this wouldn't be possible, and I realise that this is insanely lucky that I could be sent tools like this to use. I'm going to get this in the right place in the garage and unpack all the individual tools. I got no idea what's in here, so I'm pretty excited to see. Oh, that is cool. That is very cool. And I had to unbox the MDF worktop first, but it gets a lot cooler. Right, now this toolbox is in the right place, it's time to start opening up these tools and deciding where in the drawers they're gonna sit. So let me show you the first one. Look at that. Got everything. 1/2 inch, 3/8, quarter, all the sockets. Oh my god, that is so sick. Look at all them spanners. I'm sorry that I did such a terrible job of filming, but I was so hyped to get all these tool sets. It feels like I'm dreaming, genuinely. Placed into this toolbox, and it is so satisfying to see how tidy and organised it all looks. Plier set. Oh, these guys are definitely handy. Oh, it fits like a dream. And now before I finish off filling this up with tools, if you watch the videos you'll know that I'm often at my friend Will's house to work on cars because he's got a double garage. And well, there's one extra package that I actually couldn't wait until this video to open, and I've already been using it, and that is this. It's a completely portable basic tool set which has pretty much everything you need for your standard brake jobs and stuff like that. So it's got a full socket set in it and a selection of spanners. It's got a kit with Allen keys, Torx bits, screwdrivers, and all your basic hand tools as well. Hammers, tin snips, stuff like that. And honestly, I can't even believe that I have half of this stuff. Back to filling up that massive toolbox with big sets of tools. Oh my god, I got every single bit ever made. Long ones, short ones. And I really hope this doesn't come across as bragging in any way. I just really love tools, genuinely, and I've always loved Teng Tools since I started working on cars, and I just want to share my excitement for all these new ones that I've got, because it's something I'd like to see, especially tools that I didn't even know existed, like this. 1 to 5 Newton meters. Torx screwdriver. I have never seen one of those before. That is very, very cool. And I won't lie, these tools and this massive chest are a huge cherry on top for my home workshop / garage. And I've been so excited for months to get this on video and show you guys. But I'm well aware that this isn't something that everyone's gonna have or be able to get for their own garage. But at the end of the video, I'll show you the rest of the garage and how it was done on a really tight budget. And the rest is something you can do at home. And to me, it feels like it's turned the garage into an extra room in the house instead of just a dumping ground. And that is the chest full of its tools, and honestly, 1, I've got imposter syndrome, and 2, this just doesn't even feel real. Having all them tools in front of me now is just wild. And a huge thanks to you guys watching, who without I wouldn't have any of this stuff, and I am so grateful. I'm over the moon for this, and yeah, it doesn't feel real. But now that this is all done, I'm gonna get the rest of the stuff back in the garage and I'll show you exactly what it looks like finished off. So after a final bit of trying to organise my jack and my axle stands into an easy place so that I can pull them out, and giving the floor a final hoover and mop up for you guys, the transformation you're about to see is mental. From this garage which is just full of stuff, and honestly I hated working on cars, and the lighting in here is so bad you could hardly even film in here. Water coming in through the walls, loads of mess on the floor, and I could hardly even walk through the garage to get tools. To this. A perfectly lit garage which I can film in at night, a lovely set of tools with it, and a really cheap £70 hex light set from China. All the wheels that were scattered around the floor hung up nicely on some £3 hooks. The bike almost completely out of the way now, taking up no space. All of my detailing products right there, easy to get, easy to organise, and when you walk in now, it feels like an extra room to the house, not just a dumping ground. And of course, I cannot give enough credit to these Teng Tools making this garage what it is. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing, because without you, I wouldn't be able to have this, and a huge thanks to Teng as well for partnering up for 2026. I am over the moon with this. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll be transforming a car instead of a garage.